Happy Spring Equinox. Well, actually it's tomorrow on March 20th. It always varies somewhere between March 19th and the 21st or 22nd even, depending on when the sun in the sky moves into the constellation, into the sign of Aries, and begins a whole new cycle, Aries being the first sign in the zodiac. So this is a powerful time. I just did a Pisces new moon circle earlier this week, and the spring equinox is just such a lovely time. So we are back. I did one last month. I actually started a new year-long series, which I've done the last several years with the Wellness Universe. Last year was Joy Intelligence. Before that, I've done New Moon. I've done all kinds of different ones. If you go to my YouTube channel, you will see the ones that I've done videos about. And this one is kind of an update of one of the first series that I did at the Wellness Universe. Also be sure to check out thewellnessuniverse.com as well. So each month, starting last month with Groundhog's Day, and you can see them all on YouTube if you can't find them here on social media or can't go to the old ones easily, I will be offering a look at, and always some kind of simple ritual to celebrate the seasonal changes in the year, the solstices and the equinoxes, and what are called the cross-quarter days, which are not all of them are celebrated. If you watch last month's on YouTube, you will see that yes, Groundhog's Day I did acknowledge, but then to make it a monthly thing, I'm throwing in some other ones for the months that don't have one of the 8 points on the wheel of the year, either the solstices or the equinoxes or the cross-quarter days. So all that for a little context, for a little left brain, placing you in the journey that I'm really excited to be doing this year with you. So the spring equinox is really a sacred moment of balance. It really comes, the word equinox comes from the Latin equa, which is equal, and night, nox, which is night. And it basically talks about that this is equal night. The hours are equal between the daylight hours and the nighttime hours. So it's this moment of shifting. And we started to feel it a little bit 6 weeks ago with what we know as Groundhog's Day, or Imbolc and again, you can watch last month's on YouTube. We're beginning to shift even more into getting this sense of light. Maybe even, have you looked around and seen just a few little shoots of crocuses? Maybe not many more flowers than that. But we're definitely, even though it's in the 30s here in New York City, we are definitely moving towards spring. And the light from this day forward, really from the winter solstice, but you don't feel it for the first, month or two. From this day forward, we begin to welcome back more and more light until we hit eventually the summer solstice when the sun is at its height. And between now and then, we will celebrate May Day. And I'll be back on May Day to really introduce you to some fun celebratory rituals that we can do to honor that as well. So let's see, that was a little bit of context. Let me see where we've gotten to. So the themes that are really important for the spring equinox from a archetypal, metaphorical, psychological standpoint are the themes of balance, of renewal. Literally, the earth is waking up in all of her glory, slowly but surely over the next several months, and new beginnings. It reflects animals coming out of hibernation this time of year, and just really feeling that shift into more light, more warmth, slowly but surely. And so some of the questions that you can ask yourself are really, how might you need, what do you need to do to bring your mind, your heart, your body, your spirit into alignment after these winter months? Or maybe how balanced is your self-care and your caring for others? Are you giving too much of yourself and not paying enough attention to yourself? Self-care is first and foremost for ourselves, but it also allows us to be fully present for those that we love and those social justice causes that we're most committed to. And then how's your balance between spending time in nature and spending time in front of your screens? Being inside, being outside. We're now, certainly in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, we're now coming to the time of year when we really can be outside more. And after a very snowy winter here in New York City and other places as well. So it's the spring equinox is really celebrated around the world. I will go more into spring festivals next month in April, so that we have an April celebration to look at before we get to May Day. Excuse me. But for now, I'll just mention a few of the spring equinox celebrations that happen globally to really celebrate these themes of harmony and balance and clarity, waking up really. It is a time of rebirth and resurrection. It's no surprise that Easter was celebrated in the spring. In fact, and I love this, I think it was the 325 CE Common Era, the Council of Nicaea established that Easter, this is so cool, connected to the spring equinox, would always fall, this is why the date of Easter changes every year, would always fall on the first full moon following the spring equinox. The Sunday following the first full moon following the spring equinox. So Easter, this beloved, beautiful, sacred Christian celebration, is based on nature, is based on the spring equinox. So that's kind of fun. And in fact, Easter, the one of the theories is that Easter, the name Easter, actually was derived from an ancient Germanic goddess, Oestra, Eostre, I think it is, who was a goddess of spring. And her symbols, her sacred symbols, were eggs and hares, rabbits. So where do you think we got Easter eggs and the Easter rabbit? This is, and I've talked about this so many times, this is where the notion, this is where so many of our modern day celebrations reflect, in some of the more organized religions, reflect these deep connections to ancient cultures and to pre-Christian Judeo gods and goddesses. So that's kind of fun. Now, this time of year, so the spring equinox is also a big time for honoring the descent to the underworld and the rebirth. Inanna makes her descent this time of year. There are other, let's see, I'm going to read the list here. Odin, Attis, Osiris, Dagda in the Celtic tradition, Mithras, Persephone descends to the underworld, and she's now being reborn. All of these reappear; they come back out after a time of depth and reflection in the underworld. And it's to think about that. It's really kind of mirrored in nature anyway, because animals have been hibernating over these winter months. So they are now beginning to be reborn, to come anew, to give birth to their baby animals. So it's really a time of awakening, and it's a time that we human beings can acknowledge as a reawakening of our spirits, of, particularly if you're really sun connected, or if you're not a winter person, this is really a time for celebration. So think about and imagine yourself, and I'll take you through just a super brief little meditation, and then I'll sing you a balanced song, and then you can go off and prepare for your own spring equinox ritual tomorrow or tonight. That imagine that this is the time when the roots that have spiraled downward, especially if you've planted things like tulips and daffodils in the fall, this is when the roots have been, burrowing and journeying, deeper into the earth, so that they can begin to send up pale little shoots. And imagine yourself doing that as well. So how you might celebrate this symbolically: create a little altar for yourself, maybe with some fresh flowers. I don't have fresh ones, but this is one of my favorite ones. I don't have them with me today, and I should have. I will for tomorrow. But I love these very bright yellow tiny roses. And I'm also wearing, in honor of flowers, I'm wearing one of my favorite tops, still kind of a wintry top because it's cold out here. That's a bright pink, because there are any number of beautiful bright pink flowers that are going to start to bloom. Tulips is an obvious one, but also begonias and azaleas. When the azalea bushes come out, some of them are really bright pink. Let's see, oh, I wrote some of them down. Hibiscus. You can fill in the blanks, any of the really bright pink flowers that begin to bloom this year. And then once you've got some just little creative space, and I can't really lift mine up to show you, but I have then gather, and this is part of what you can do between, today and tomorrow, get either a bowl of nice rich soil, or I love these things. I use these when I do live rituals. This is a little soil pellet. It's much neater, and when you water it though, it turns into a very moist, lovely incubator, a lovely little container for seeds. However you want to do it, it can be actual soil or not. And then some seeds, eggs. Can you see my seeds? I've got a couple sunflower seeds here, and I'm going to plant them. And as you do, to make this really a sacred act, and I've done this in really wonderful rituals over the years. Actually, I see Miriam here. Hi, Miriam. Have done these in Spring Equinox celebrations with my dear friend Barbara Rijou, who is a wonderful ritual expert. And so settle into, just feel your own roots going down. Just take a moment. Whew. Settle into your body, settle into your root chakra, and imagine yourself just planting yourself where you sit. And extend your roots energetically into the soil, returning to the seed of your being. And as you send those roots down into the mother, into the earth mother, imagine that the seed, this is particularly powerful for women, the seed within you is connecting with the seed in the earth, the seeds in the earth. And feel yourself just resting in the womb. Let Mother Earth surround you as you reflect on the areas of your life that are ready for renewal. And you might ask yourself, what commitments for growth and possibility do you want to make right now? What seeds of hope, of connection, of purpose or balance do you want to plant? Are you ready to plant? All of these questions I'll outline in the YouTube description, because I can go longer there. So kind of take those in, let yourself reflect, or come back and pause this so you can really take some time to think about these questions. And when you're ready, you can gently plant whatever seeds you brought. I have a sunflower seed that I'm putting in my little earth pellet, my little dirt pellet. And allow your intentions for what you've declared you want to grow into fruition, that you want to plant on this spring equinox. Allow your seed to be infused with those intentions and with the equinox energy. You could either dance with them or you could sing. And this is the chant that I often sing around the equinoxes. We may do it again in the fall equinox and the autumnal equinox, but right now I will share it with you. And you can hold your seed and dance around the room, which I won't do, so that I'll still be here with you. But the chant is one of my favorites. I probably say that about all my chants. And it goes like this. And it really takes in all of the elements and how they all support us on every level, and how they are also considered the building blocks of life. And it goes like this. Air moves us, fire transforms us, water shapes us, earth heals us. And the balance of the wheel goes round and round, and the balance of the wheel goes round. Air moves us, fire transforms us, water shapes us, earth heals us. And the balance of the wheel goes round and round, and the balance of the wheel goes round. So I leave you with that as a way to infuse your seeds that you will plant tomorrow with all of the intentions that you want to set, all of the seeds that you want to plant metaphorically and literally on this beautiful spring equinox. I'd love to hear how it goes. Either let me know here on social media, on Facebook or Instagram. I don't know if this will be on Instagram, but in the comments on my YouTube channel, which is just go to Deborah Roth, YouTube at deborahroth.com, something like that, or YouTube at whatever it is. Look for me on YouTube, and you will get a much deeper explanation along with the words to this chant there. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye for now.